Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Colorful Conversation. I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday morning. Where I am, it is exactly 10 a.m. I have an early day today, so I wanted to jump on and connect with everyone, but I can't make this a long-winded one. But what is coming to mind for me, I had a whole different topic planned, and something happened yesterday in my salon that makes me want to change my topic for today. So topic for today is apprentice training. What is the timeline in 2018? I have been in this business for 32 years, 29 of which have been as a salon owner. And I always say my favorite quote is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So with my training program, I've tried everything. I've been in business since 1989. I've accidentally had to grow people when I didn't want to, as far as my pregnancies and my early stages of my career. You know, when you first set out as a salon owner, you don't take all that into consideration, that you're going to be growing new talent and training people. So I've had all different styles throughout the years. Some have turned out really, really well, others not so much. So I've done it every different way. And I know that the way that I was trained, you know, a certain amount of it is the ethic that you're born with, your work ethic and how much you care and how driven you are. But another part of it is your training. I look at my staff now, and the ones that were trained by the same company that I came from, we were so broken down. It was so strict that our work ethic is ridiculously good, but it turned out great. So I'm so torn on which is the best way, and I'm open to feedback. I hope that people will give me feedback on this. When I was trained back in the day in 1987 to 89, I did a color training at a big salon that had a structured training program, and it was a gift. You know, most salons don't have a structured training program, and it was very strict, and some of the things that we had to do, I've never had my staff do. Like, I don't have people clean the salon, like heavy duty cleaning. I don't have them clean toilets. I don't have them do anything that I wouldn't want to do as an employee. But I think that lightening up on those kind of things is what makes people not understand that that is the role that you play when you're starting out, and that it forms who you are. Hey, Patsy, as a stylist. So it used to be that the high-end salons that had the really good training program would tell you right from the beginning, you know, it's a 2-year program. You're not ready to go on the floor any sooner. You need to pay your dues. You need to learn from someone that you're standing next to and practice on models and mannequin heads. And it was an actual laid out timeline. And then I would say about 10 years ago, it started to be, you know what, 2 years is a long time to expect someone to live on minimal wages and not be able to have your own apartment and pay for a car. So, hey, Nicole. So it changed, and we had to make the timeline shorter. So then we started to do about a year, which I think is still good in the scheme of things when you see how much is involved with hair color, how much is involved with guest, interaction and customer service. I mean, there's so much to it. And we all, I think, can agree that beauty school does not prepare us for anything as far as that goes. It's just very textbook things to pass the state board, and it's not everyday skills that you're going to need behind the chair. So I've tried to streamline the training process, and my salon's a little unique in that we're departmentalized. So it makes it easier and harder at the same time. When you come to work for me, you decide in the beginning, do you want to do color or cut? And that's been an issue in hiring because a lot of people, when they're in school, don't want to have to choose. So that's been an issue. But once I get someone on board and they really have a passion for one versus the other, the training period can be streamlined to 6 months. We've had people come from beauty school, get into the program for either cut or color, get all their education in that category, and it goes so much faster because if they're in cutting, they don't have to learn all about the color wheel and, you know, canceling out colors and developers and timing and all the things that go into color, and vice versa. The color team doesn't have to worry about, you know, how to use different products, how to do a proper blow dry, how to do the smoothing treatments, perming, all the other side. However, what I'm experiencing with this new crop of, I hate to say it, but the millennials, I see it with my own kids. I see it with the people that I hire. And there's this unrealistic expectation of, you know, everyone gets a trophy thing is really biting us in the ass because people get out of school. You know, I have a current apprentice right now that just gave me her notice yesterday because she doesn't feel like she's progressing quickly enough. However, she doesn't have her license yet. You know, she's telling me I've been here 8 months, you know, I feel like I should be doing more, but she doesn't have her license. So I don't know how I could have fast forwarded it any more than I already did as far as getting her hands in some hair and doing some models and showing her things as we went along. So I think with the onset of these salon suites and people being able to be independent, I think that the new people coming out have this false sense of reality that, you know, it's like being a kitchen beautician. Oh, I've done my friends on my porch in my house the whole time I was in school. I'm ready. And you're so not ready. There's so much more. If I could go back and do it all over again, I would do it so differently. And that's why my passion is in teaching hair color to new people starting out, because I know that that's something that people struggle with. And when they push the salon owner to get them out on the floor sooner than they're ready, it ends up pushing you back in your career, because you'll see a client and you'll do a formula that's already done and in the database of the salon. You know, we'll have a client that's like easy peasy root touch up, and we'll have the new stylist in training do that person's retouch when someone's out sick or someone has a doctor's appointment, it was last minute, they had to change it. What happens is they get all this confidence, they go on the floor, they do the one client, they put a retouch on that, you know, anybody could do because the mixture is in the file and it's just mixing two things together and applying it, and that's simple, right? But inevitably, that client, the one time that you put them in with that new stylist in training, says, you know, I've been thinking it's summer and I want just like a couple little foils in the front. I want to brighten up this part of my hair. And then the new color apprentice is like, oh crap, I didn't learn that yet. I didn't learn how to do highlights at the same time as a root retouch. Now what do I do? And then they have to either fake it till they make it and attempt to do it not well because they weren't trained properly, or they have to come up with a reason that they can't do it for the client and save face that they don't know what they're doing. So in my opinion, when you fast forward that process and you think that you're winning getting behind the chair, you're just going to be like a boat with a hole in it. You're going to have you're going to have guests put in your chair because you're the only person available. You're going to get them out of default. And then they're going to expect the level of service and competency that they've had in the past with their existing colorists. And when they don't get it, they may leave the salon altogether. So as I want to speak from an owner's perspective. If you're out there and you're in an apprentice program and you're struggling and you feel like it's taking too long, please listen to what I'm saying. The owner is not trying to keep you under them. They're not trying to use you as a shampoo slave to do their dirty work. It's not about that. It's that the salon has a reputation to uphold, and we have to really protect our brand. We've worked hard, especially in my case, we have right in our tagline, we are color experts. So it does not benefit me or you to put you in a position where it's assumed that someone who calls their salon a color expert would not put a novice on the floor when they're not ready. So it's all in the different person's perspective. Like as the apprentice, they're like, I really want this. I'm ready. And as the owner, you're you're not ready. It's kind of like when your kids want to ride a bike and they want their training wheels taken off too soon. You know it's going to end in the ER. You know it. You know they're going to fall, crack their head open. And you as the mother have to say, you know, let's just do it a couple more times with the training wheels. So I get it. I get that, you know, people want everything to be fast forwarded. But I think that what's going on with the millennials, like I have these clients who sit in my chair and they're like, when is my kid ever moving out? They're 28. They can't get a job. You know, every job that they want is entry level and they're insulted by that. And what happened to working your way up? What happened to putting your time in and learning from people that are older than you? So as a 51-year-old hairdresser, you know, understanding that we have so much to offer you and we're not an old know-it-all fuddy-duddy person that's just there to grind you and get on your nerves. Like, we have a lot of experience. We have a lot of things that come naturally to us. And I think that the new regime coming in looks at our success and our full book and our effortless approach to hair color and cutting and like we make everything look so easy that they're like, oh, I can do that. What's the big deal? Why am I not being given a chance? And then when they spend one day behind the chair, I guarantee you, I've had it happen so many times. I say, okay, you think you're ready? You're ready. I'll put you behind the chair. And every single time I try to fast track the process, I end up with someone in a ball of tears in the basement. And all of a sudden, they're starting to talk about other careers. Dental hygienists and nursing, for some reason, coincide with the hair industry. It's very odd, but it happens all the time. So I just wanted to jump on here. I didn't want to miss our coffee talk. I do have to get to work earlier today. And I just wanted to reach both the owners who are doing the training and the people who are getting the training and just say, everybody just breathe, take a break, and understand that it is a process. And if you try and fast track it and skip it, you will pay later in your career. So it's pay now or pay later. It's just the way that it is. And we all have to just, you know, accept that that's the path to success. You need practice. You need, you know, I can give someone that's training with me a book that I've written myself on hair color, an online course that I've written myself on hair color, but I can't sit there and make the person watch. And then when their progress doesn't move fast enough, I can't apologize for not giving the information because it's always been there. So be proactive. If you're struggling and you're frustrated, just keep doing hair. Just, you know, when you're on your days off, do hair. Get a doll head, do hair. Practice, practice, practice. The first 20,000 foils are the toughest. After that, you can do it in your sleep. So don't give up. Don't leave the industry. Put your time in. Look up to people that have a lot more experience than you and just breathe. And it's all going to work out and you're going to get where you need to go. But don't rush it. That is my rant for the day. Enjoy your coffee. I hope you guys are following me on Instagram at Lainey Cake, LAINEYCAKE. I got lots of great feedback from my first online training. I will be doing it again in July, so stay tuned for that. And I hope that you've joined my mailing list and we can stay in touch for more colorful conversation. Thanks so much and have a great day.